Hi everybody, Judy here. Today we're talking about food safety, and I've got some tips for you for managing leftovers at home. This list was kind of long, so I broke it up into two parts, and this is the part 2 video. I have a link to the part 1 video below in the description box. Make sure you check that out so you can see the entire list. A lot of people are just not quite sure what to do with leftovers after they've cooked a meal, they've enjoyed their meal, the leftovers are in the fridge. What do I do next? Well, one way to use up leftovers is to take them for lunch the next day at work. Why not? Most places will have a microwave. Sometimes it's cold food. You can eat it cold. They'll usually have a refrigerator there, so enjoy them for lunch the next day. Why not? If the leftovers aren't enough for a complete meal, why not add in a cooked vegetable or another side dish that would go well with the leftovers, or maybe a side salad, something like that, and that'll help to balance out the meal where you have enough to eat and you're using up those leftovers at the same time. If possible, why not reinvent your leftovers for the next night for supper? You could transform it into a casserole or add it to a soup, use it as a filling for a wrap, or make a hash out of it, or a rice dish, or maybe, if it's appropriate, even top a pasta with whatever your leftovers were. You be inventive on that based on whatever the leftovers are. And rather than having a large amount left over again like that, use them up that way as quick as you can, and that way you're not wasting the food. Now, if your leftovers for the next night's supper are not an option for you, go ahead and package up in a freezer container enough that will make one meal, put it in the freezer. And then you can have leftover meals that way that are just ready to go. All you have to do is warm them up when your time is short, and you'll be in good shape that way. You'll be glad. It's like having your own frozen meal that you got at the grocery store, but this is better because you made it. And it's packed up your way, it's fixed your way. All you have to do is warm it up. It'll be great on a night when you're short on time. Now, some people really don't enjoy leftovers. We've known people like that, and it always amazes us to see them throw such perfectly good food away when it's not necessary to do that. If you are in that school and that frame of thought and you just don't want any leftovers, then it's really best to prevent them in the first place. Just cook less food. It may not always be the easiest thing to do or to estimate how much you and your family will be eating at one time, but it's really better to give that a try rather than wasting the food. And if you find that it's not enough, add in a side salad or something like that, or another side vegetable, or a piece of fruit for dessert, something like that, so you don't waste your food. If you find that your refrigerator is becoming overloaded with leftover foods, make a commitment to finish them up in one day. Have a leftover buffet for supper. Allow everybody to pick out what they want just for the sake of finishing it up, and make it an all-you-can-eat night in order to get that stuff out of the refrigerator and rather than throwing it in the garbage. If you find that you have a lot of vegetables left over and you're not quite sure what to do with them, you're not going to be able to add them to supper the next night or take them for lunch the next day, why not package them up and put them in the freezer? Then you'll have them later on to add to a soup or make a stock or a broth with them later on. Something like that. Or later on, if you're needing a vegetable and you're short on whatever vegetable it is, you can pull them out of the freezer and include them in whatever it is that you're making, maybe a casserole or something like that. Hopefully this helps you out. Let me know if you have any other tips and ideas for managing leftovers. Take care and bye for now.